Side, because this isn't even personal, so it's not even a friend. It's a business thing. You know, so when it comes to business,
that's more
I would never
serious.
tell V if somebody who, you know, I'm not cool with or whatever like that. Let's say I'm not cool with you, me and you have a falling out, and you doing a book show, and you want to get V to open up your book show, but me and you not cool. V just does a radio show on my station. We're friends. I don't control what she does as a comedian outside of KELZ online radio. If you say, V, I want you to open up my book signing show for me, I want to do like a showcase. If V wants to do it, then please do it. That's business. Ain't got nothing to do with me and Shuri. That's business.
That sounds like that was on
V
Greenleaf.
has never done. You and V have not had no falling out.
Right, I understand.
Just because she's on my radio station and I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm not the type of, maybe it's just, I'm just not that type of person. That's not my heart.
Right.
V can open for you. V can sing for you. She can do whatever she wants to do. I'm not going to control that or tell her, if you go and you do that show for Shuri, you're off my radio station.
Well, James, this is how I deal with some of those situations when that occurs, is that I will look at the other person and say, okay, you have to realize that everyone is not, like you said, that's you. You respond differently. You may handle things differently. So I think sometimes we get caught up and we think that another person, we're shocked because they're not responding in the way we would. And we have to realize that they are who they are, and everybody's learning their lessons at different points in their life. And at this particular point, that person obviously has not learned a lesson. It's something that they are supposed to be learning throughout this situation. And so I think that the other thing is just don't expect someone to react to certain situations just like you would, because you're different people and you have different experiences in your life and, you know, background.
V.
Forgive.
I understand that too, but I would be a little shocked because I expected something different from the individual.
Maybe that's it. Maybe
shocked.
that's it.
Yeah.
My expectations of that person,
Expectations was higher.
because when we did do business together, had never had any issues at all. We were cool, with the exception of somebody who I got hating on me, pretty much put word in their ear that if they associate with me, then what they're doing for them will stop. I expected them to be a little bit bigger, not necessarily take up for me or stand up for me, but I guess if that's your bread and butter and you feel as though you need that in your life, you got to make a decision. So I guess I can't hate them for that, maybe, but I just expected from a grown man to be better. But it's all good. The Lord is blessing me, and people hating on me, but it's all good. We got Shuri up in the studio tonight, so maybe that's why I'm single, because we're going to talk relationships again in a little bit. Look, it's 11 before the top of the hour. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and they hating on me. You're listening to KELZ Online Radio. We know how to praise them.
Hey, right quick, I got to give a couple shout outs
Go ahead, boo-boo.
to our family friend Lisa Dell Washington.
Lisa,
Always
and the Cult
tuned into
Jam.
the chapel. We need to get Sherry Crocker Burden on the phone. That's what we need to do.
Right.
We need to get her on the phone. Let me tell you right now, because she left this comment talking about the. Did you see the comment she left?
I
She
left
said-
it.
she
I'm
said
right
no.
here.
No. Did you see the comment she left?
What'd she
The
say?
comment said, about the tow company is a cousin of someone that lives in this complex.
Sure, didn't you said
She got-
somebody called you last
got
week
some inside
when it was
information?
when somebody was when we was getting towed?
When it was out there towing, I got a text later on and said they were towing cars, but they just happened to be, their car was behind my car, and that's why they didn't get my car.
But look, AV, this is what I heard, and I'm gonna put it on the spot. Curt said she was so upset about it. It wasn't even her car that got towed, but she was so distraught and upset about Cassandra's car getting towed. She was about to cry.
Let me tell you something. Don't no black woman want their car towed. Don't touch my car. You understand? Put my car back in that space where it was.
It's sort of like, get your hands out the pots coming in the kitchen, straight off the
I ain't
street.
got time for that.
Yes.
Hey, I know women as the gentlemen were towing the car. They jumped in the driver's seat of the car. Like, you want to tow this car with me?
Hey, they got some videos on YouTube. Chick drove the joint off, ripped the axle off the car, ripped the bumper off, and some more stuff.
You know, women don't play with their car. I don't care what you heard. Put that car down.
Yes.
Say your balls, get in touch with me.
Get your hands out my pockets.
That was
Like the
too
Malcolm
late.
X joint.
Let that car be close to the ground. I'm gonna be in that car while they lifting it up in the air. I'm telling you. You know they can't tow that car with you in it, right?
Yeah.
We don't play no games.
Okay.
I got my children with me too. If you don't put that car back, you better. But you know, being a tow truck driver is serious business, and it's
That's
a
their money.
dangerous job.
And that's their money.
Yeah,
too.
that's
dangerous
like being a
job.
repo man.
Yes,
That's like being a
yes.
repo man.
You know, back a couple years ago out there, what was that, Oxon Hill, Maryland, they had a gentleman out there. I don't know if he was towing a car, he was repossessing the car. But make a long story short, the gentleman ended up shooting
Ooh.
the guy that was towing his car.
Wow.
So that's why I said I didn't know if he
it's
was
dangerous,
repoing it or if he was just towing it because of bad parking, what was happening. And I don't want to be in the middle of that. But the thing about it is, nobody got upset about it. That's how bad the reputation is as far as
people towing,
somebody
yes.
else's car. Because
Yes.
somebody that touched a nerve, somebody done paid some money somewhere that they really didn't have to pay because somebody done messed around and towed their car.
And that was 200 and what?
285.
And they've gotten a raise.
That's a lot.
I
And
remember
well,
when
they had the prices up on the board, and it would have been cheaper if it would have happened in PG County. PG County was like $100 cheaper, but because we're out in Anne Arundel, it costs more.
Wow.
Because when I heard how much it was, I thought they had towed two cars. You know what I mean? Because I knew in PG County the last time, I knew the tolls were like 150, 175, and when I heard 285, that was too much for me. I could not.
And that's when I
process
really started wanting to cry
$285
because
for
I
one
was
car.
imagining $285
Do you
coming in my
hear me?
pocket.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have been like my truck, like an SUV, it would have been more than that.
But see the thing, even with towing a car, you don't want anybody to tow your vehicle. Not unless you're going from one dealership to the next or where they take care of your car. When you're getting your car towed, when somebody's towing it because of parking or tickets or anything like that, they don't handle your car right.
And you
Oh,
could
no,
have
they don't
and you
care.
could have
They
left some
damage-
things in your
they can
car.
damage
Like she
your
had
car,
things in
and
her
it's still
car.
on you. You know
And
what
she
I mean?
had things in her car that was, it's personal items and things in there. You don't think your car going to be gone, so you leave things in there.
Oh my God! Let me
So-
tell you something right now. Do not fool with my car, please. I was trying to park on the side outside where you instructed me to park. While I was sweat on the back of my neck trying to figure out, is this the right? Is this the right place?
Oh, I called
the right
several
spot?
times. I was like, I want to
Dang.
make sure I'm in the
See?
right spot
Dang,
tonight.
I'm a Christian woman, but I'm somebody else. If you if you told my car, you understand? I'm
Y'all should be good to go. As long as y'all park behind that sign that says no parking from here forward. Did y'all
Oh
see
my!
that one?
No, I parked
Uh-oh.
all. They got 20 cars. To
I
get
parked
to.
in between
You know,
some other
they got
cars to
20
make
cars
sure.
to get to before they,
I said I wasn't in the front. I
they
said
got
park
20 cars to get to before you get to my car. My car
Exactly.
in a Delphi, Maryland. My car is out there. You hear me?
It's all good. Look, I apologize. I apologize.
okay.
Ooh, Lord.
Because I
have
felt
mercy.
bad because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I-
You took
I
care
didn't
of
know.
it. You took care of it. That was
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You know,
And
I
it's
drove it
crazy.
down there, and I was gonna do whatever, man. You know, it was $285. But I got the receipt. So Rachel, if you're listening, we can write that off on the taxes next
I
year.
know
We'll
you
do it.
will,
exactly.
but I just thank God you were prepared to handle that.
Yes,
Because it could have been a whole nother situation. You know, maybe your finances were not up to par. you know, people
Right.
show
Just don't have
just
it.
like
Yes.
this other situation we were talking about. People show their real colors when real situation arise.
Yes.
Okay, you could have been like, well, that was your car. You know what I mean? And just felt like, but I know you're not that type of person.
Right.
Yeah, and see, I was
But-
just getting ready to say, it
Right,
goes back
right.
to what I said.
Yeah,
what kind of
I'm a good-hearted person. Just don't get me wrong.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
We all
Yeah,
human.
like the people where I live who keep smoking, which is why I got the balcony cracked. So when I smell them smoking, it's northeast time now.
See,
It's northeast time.
okay, that's another show. That's another
It's
show right
northeast
there.
time now.
Oh my goodness.
All right, in other news.
In other news, I want to give a shout out to my baby daddy, Ralph Tresvant, lead singer, New Edition. May 16th was his birthday. Send him plenty of love. Bless his heart. I can't wait for that New Edition tour. You know I can't.
Oh yeah, I'll be right with you.
But and you know what?
New
else?
addition to it is Metro Access gonna be outside
Yes,
for that one too.
Yes.
All them old
Yes,
all
they
them
gonna
old
be
people
out
now.
there. Let me tell you, New Edition trying to get that money. You hear me?
I know that's right.
You understand what
They're
I'm
gonna
saying
have to
to
roll
you?
Bobby up. Metro Access gonna have to roll Bobby
Hey.
up in there.
They gonna get that money if they got to sit on the stool.
You know he
and
couldn't
sing
keep
songs.
up. He couldn't keep up with him the last time. Now the BBD crew, they still got their energy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The BBD crew still got their energy.
Uh-huh.
But Bobby, Johnny,
Yeah, they
Ralph,
want to stand around.
they done
and
slowed
sing.
down a little
That's all
bit.
right. It's all right.
That's all right, though.
Yes.
They can bring a sofa out there.
They
I
can
don't
bring-
care.
yeah. We can be
I do
sitting
not
right
care.
there with
They're
them.
my boys.
Yes.
I do
Come
not
out that
care.
joint, be like all they gonna do is all the slow jams. Just sit on the couch and do all the slow jams.
Hey.
Sunny day.
Hey, let me tell you something right now. I'm telling you, they can do the whole show sitting at the comedy chapel as far as I'm concerned. Let me tell you, it'd be standing room only.
Let
up in
me
here.
know.
Shay, who?
Where's Sherry at?
Wave your hand, Shay. If this is a real Shay. Put your book at, Shay. Put your book in the air so I can see if this you. Cause I'll be smack crazy. My boy Mike Epps. What we gonna say about Mike Epps?
What's up with Mike?
Mike is terrible. Mike gonna let that money go to his head. You know he going through a separation / divorce from his
Uh-oh.
wife. So right now, as it stands, he's cut her off financially. You know.
Oh,
That's
you
not
got
gonna last
money
long.
like that you don't want to do
That's
that.
not gonna last long.
But that's what's
Yeah.
happening right now. And Mike, he just mad in his feelings. Mike want to do Mike right now. You know, I don't know. Sherry bought the book. So, Sherry bought the book. So, you know, we talking about this over 40 and dating and mistresses and divorce and all that. Sherry got the book. And I didn't write the book. Sherry wrote the
I'm
book.
still writing it. And
There's
there's a
some stuff
lot
going
of
on.
criteria. Yeah, there's a lot of
There's
information
some
out
stuff
there.
going on. You
Yes,
know,
it
I
is.
just think too much money. Some people can't handle
Right,
a
right.
certain amount of money. They just, you know, want to have 2-3 different lives. You know, instead of just having.
She's
that-
not a bad looking woman.
She's not. She's actually a pretty young lady, and you know, she's gonna get over it. But you know, when you marry your first, well, he's not her first love, but when you marry, you're in love with someone. You're not
How
expecting.
long were they married?
10 years.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that thing got a smile on him. Bless his heart. But she'll be all right.
Oh yeah, she gonna get some money
Yeah,
eventually
she'll be
too.
all
She'll
right.
get a lawyer. She get
But
several
you know,
lawyers.
he want to do Mike Epps right now. You know, he doing him right now.
Michelle says, who's his soon-to-be ex-wife, says she spends between $5,000 and $10,000 a month on clothes and shoes, and also spends several thousands a month on clothes, shoes, and organic foods for
Yes.
the kids.
For the
She
kids.
said the amount he wants to limit me to is far below what we routinely spent on the children and for my living expenses. Besides the $118,468 a month, $31,012 in child support, and $87,456 in alimony. Michelle also wants Mike to let her have exclusive use of their former family home and pay all of her attorney fees. Now, Mike Epps is 46 and Michelle is 36. They got married in 2005 before splitting last year, and they have 2 kids, Mariah, who's 12, and Madison, who is 10, and that's off Bossip.com.
Wow.
Oh, Mike get ready to pay some money.
Yeah, he gonna pay.
You
He
don't
got
think
those 2 kids.
he already paying money?
That's a lot, though. I think that would be enough for me.
Where's my calculator?
Because, and even with
But
his god brother RG3, he's going through a situation with his ex. Where
he
they're
was only married for like
right.
I don't even think it was 2 years.
2 years.
I'm laughing because there are no black women fighting over RG3. You know what I mean? We're not fighting. We alright, but RG3 going through something, and his wife is it's not his ex-wife yet. I mean, they're still in the process. Can you still call them the ex-wife even though they're not divorced yet? Or?
Not until the divorce is done.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I really don't know what to call him
technically.
because he's engaged to somebody else, but he's not divorced from this
He
one.
just separated and
Okay.
engaged, moving on. Yep, separated.
Is that
He's
what?
still
Okay,
separated.
they separated. Okay.
Divorce is not final yet. That's
So
what they
I didn't know what to
say.
call her. The ex, I didn't know her name. But anyway, the separation lady that he separated with, he had a baby by her. They have a child. Now, the new lady that he's engaged to, and this is what kills me because the first wife was his high school sweetheart. That's what he said.
Okay.
The new person, I guess she was a side chick because he was still married. I
Right.
call him a side chick because he was still married to the first one.
Right.
Then she's hollering, screaming because she got a ring. She engaged to him. And then I think, if I did not read it wrong, she's expecting.
And this is all RG3 doing.
RG3, I didn't sit down.
He trying to have 4,
Hey, sit
RG5,
down, RG3.
RG6 or something.
That thing want anybody that's going to accept him.
He's still young, so and the girls
Yeah, his
seem like they're
ex-wife,
young too.
his ex-wife just filed court documents to try to get $36,000 a month to maintain herself because she's unemployed.
I needed $36,000 to maintain myself.
That just shows
$36,000
these people,
maintained.
the people that are making all this money and they're getting out there, or anybody that's not even making that much money. But when you marry somebody and you get up to a certain level of living a lifestyle, then you got to really think about, all you're going to have to pay for if you do decide to walk away. And what's that old song said? It's cheaper to keep her.
Yes, it's cheaper to keep
sometimes you got to, it might be, I don't know. It just seems like some of these people, like we were talking about last week, some marriages, they really don't, they're getting married for the wrong reasons. They're coming together. And I think we were talking about being evenly yoked. And just because, you get married to somebody, it doesn't mean that God put you all two together,
Ooh, Lord.
So I think that's just, when I look at those breakups and things like that, it's just, it is what it is. It's just like, maybe they weren't really meant to be together anyway. And that's why they're having such a turmoil when they're even separating and being apart.
But I really think Mike Epps and his wife got married because she was in love. They were in love with each other. I think his career had just taken off and things got out of hand. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, but it's saying that RG3's divorce is final.
It is.
Okay.
According to TMZ. But she is pregnant, and he proposed to his new fiance on the beach in front of a whole bunch of regular people out there on the beach too. It wasn't even like he did it on a private beach or nothing like that. The man just went down Sandy Point and did it.
He had 6 Flags.
It was a little-
Sandy Point.
Hey, cut it out.
Man.
Each
But the
his
thing
own,
is
each his
that,
own.
I think it brings up another thing to look at when it comes to when you're separated or when you're going through divorce is what is that time frame that before you say, okay, it's over with somebody, that you should move on to the
Well,
next.
that's what we were going to ask you, relationship expert. I was about to ask you. I mean,
Well, my opinion-
should there be a set time frame, or does it vary from person to person, or do you think that it should vary from person to person, but there is a minimum or something like that?
I believe that if through discussions and looking up things and talking to people, that the best thing to do if someone's divorced or even a breakup from any relationship, that you really need to take some time to yourself and just reflect on everything that went down and what's going on. You have to spend some time for yourself. There's no way that if you're going through a divorce and then you already seeing somebody new,
Right.
and you end up marrying that person, you're not giving yourself
Right.
time to even grieve, because a divorce is really almost like a death.
Right.
And
It
you
is.
need time to grieve.
Right.
And so if you're not allowing yourself time to grieve, then yes, you're just all those feelings, that's where that baggage comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You still bringing more baggage into the next relationship and things that you didn't even deal with.
Right.
So I think that yes, there is a time, and I think it's whatever the time it takes for you to really get to know yourself and spend time with yourself and be okay with being by yourself and not looking for so many other things in other people to bring you all this happiness.
Right. And it's more than making your own money, fixing your own breakfast. It's about, giving soul ties time to unravel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Time to find out what it is that you really like, what you really don't like.
Right. What part did you play in the breakup?
What part you played in the breakup?
we talked
I mean,
about that
did his
last week,
shoes
right.
really bother you that much for being in the
Right.
middle of the floor? Or was
Right.
it something else? You know what I mean?
Right.
So what really set you off in the situation?
Right.
What was really happening?
She couldn't cook.
Oh well. I'll be like, he can't cook. My grandfather cooked.
And some things that may have been said, some words that may have been exchanged. For example, to call someone immature. You know, why did he? What made him say that to you? What was it that you were doing that may have been a situation that you didn't thoroughly think it through, but you
Right.
responded as if you were a child.
Right.
There's some things that you need to search out for yourself.
Right.
But a lot of people don't understand it though. They going in and out of marriages. They going in and out of relationships like it's not.
And you
not
can
nothing.
and you should just be able to look at some of the, especially the celebrities and people with money. I think it's much harder for them in relationships. It really is when they're like celebrities. Everybody's looking at them, and you got more people after you,
Right.
for that reason.
Right.
So I think it's much harder for people that are in the limelight. But I think, like I said, I believe that you definitely have to, take some time out for yourself and
Yeah.
reflect on some things, and and date. Like, did they even date? How can you date? You're married and you separated, and did you even get to date the person, try to get to know the person
No.
before you jump? Right. So I think
No.
that's important, to get to know someone. And like you said, like we were talking about the person earlier, it's like, even though you've been friends with somebody, you work with somebody, you known somebody for a while, it's certain situations that have to occur for you to really find out who that person really is.
Right.
When things aren't going the way they want it to go,
Right.
then how do they respond?
And when you're dating, let me ask you, is it okay to date more than one person at a time?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's very, that's part of that healing
See,
process.
women say that all the time. But if I'm dating you and then I'm like, well, what you doing Friday? Well, I'm supposed to be going out with this other girl that I'm dating. Ain't a girl trying to hear that. Y'all ain't.
But
Y'all
No.
say
no,
that.
there are
No.
different ways of saying we're
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
Dating to get to know each other. I mean, because you can date somebody at your job, but then it doesn't go.
When is it no longer?
When,
Well, that's
when,
when
they
when,
don't
use
when
the
someone
word
said-
dating.
when someone says to someone, the other individual, I want to talk to you about us dating exclusively. You know what I mean?
Exclusively
So
is the
that's the
word.
magic word.
That's the word right there.
Because other than that, I'm not looking at you like
We're
that.
friends, and we
And
talked
then
about that. It's
That
friends.
came with the book, right? Over 40 days.
Yes, yes, girl. That is like so
But yeah, that's
important
what it is.
it's important to understand when I think like James was saying, when you're first dating someone, if you want to date several people, you need to let each person know that
you're
up
not
front.
the only one. I am
Up
seeing
front, I'm
other
saying,
people.
just let them know, and then like, hey, either they want to just be your friend and get to know you, or not, and you move on. But I think that honesty is really important, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that don't want to be totally honest because they may say, "Oh, she looks real good. I'm trying to get
Right.
some other things out of her." So hey, they're not really ready to settle down.
Right.
But you just need to
Everything
be
is
honest
out
with
in
that.
the open.
Yeah, and I think when you're over 40, you really should be thinking that kind of way.
Yeah, you
know,
should
you don't
be,
have time to
'cause,
be
yeah,
playing.
You ain't got time to be playing around.
Right.
You know,
don't have
getting all
time.
frustrated and can't figure out where nobody is
Don't
on
waste
Friday
my
night. She
time.
out with somebody else. Or he out with somebody else. You know, nobody
Yes.
said we were going to be exclusive. Now, if we're exclusive, then that's something different.
Then that's different. So does that answer your question, James?
It does answer my question. It does.
All right, y'all. We got the Sherry Burden up in here.
Yeah.
She got that book in her pocketbook. But we're talking about it. But we're gonna talk about it tonight. We're gonna pay a couple bills and we're gonna be right back.
Up next is DJ Ultron. Keep it locked.
In the Comedy Chapel with my boy Curt Gaskin and my girl Vivi Jones.
We back in the chapel. We got our special guest, Miss Sherry Burden, in the house tonight. And we in here talking about this book.
Hey, real quick though, that was Tommy Teller. Tommy said he was gonna call in tonight, but just in case he doesn't, because we only got 30 minutes left. He has a comedy show on tomorrow. And it's called the Almost Late Night Comedy Show with Tommy Teller Jr. featuring the Late Night Band. It's a musical stand-up. It says musical stand-up videos, comedy, a unique comedy show experience happening tomorrow at the Anacostia Arts Center located at 1231 Good Hope Road in Southeast Washington, D.C. Doors open at 7:30. Show is starting at 8. Again, my main man, Tommy Teller Jr. doing this thing. Anacostia Art Center tomorrow night. If you ain't doing nothing, go ahead out and support that brother. I do not see a price or any information on here for tickets. So I'm assuming maybe it's free. I don't know. Just check out his Facebook page. Yep.
That Tommy be doing his thing.
Tommy is everywhere. He just
He's
had
on
surgery.
I know.
Yeah, Bama just had surgery, man. Prayers going out for him and his healing.
But you know what's so crazy? I didn't even know if he was having surgery because
Or if he was on a set.
Yeah, I didn't know if he
of a
was on a
production.
set of a production.
If he was acting.
Well, what
You
Tommy was
never
doing.
know with Tommy though. That's the
Right.
thing.
I said you didn't know whether to say, I hope your body heals fast.
Oh,
or,
you know what? I
Quick,
think he had to be on set. I'm looking at this thing now, and I see he said,
This is so crazy.
he said, surgery today. Prayers up, please. Let's hope this enlargement procedure works out.
Oh,
See,
that's a joke.
that's why I said I don't know what Tommy doing.
Praying for that
you
brother for
praying.
nothing.
Yeah, you had him. You
Take
had
my
him
prayers
praying.
Well, he may really want that surgery.
That is
I don't
something.
know.
Well, he, on his drop, he said a couple of ladies like me, internationally love her, but not really, but a couple of ladies that like me.
Oh
You
my
know what, he's
goodness.
something
Yeah,
else.
it's all good.
Gotta love him though. Now, Miss Sherry, back to this book that you had.
Yes.
We put a couple questions out there, and I want to pose this question to you because we were talking about dating and the benefits of dating, and I just want to know what would you say to expect when you're dating and versus dating someone exclusively?
Well, for one, I think as far as dating, I don't like to use, I've learned over time, is like dating. If I use the word dating, then I'm trying to get to know someone because I'm looking for it to grow into something more. So what I like to do now as far as, and it's a difference, is because if you're dating, then I feel as though you expect the gentleman. Those are the list of things that you're looking for. You're looking for in that man that you plan on being with on a long-term basis. So you may be looking for him to okay, I'm looking for someone that can wine and dine me and take me out. Okay. So yeah, I expect him to open the door. I expect him to, always, I can check his phone. I can have his phone or whatever, because it's like you're trying to build some type of relationship. And when I say check the phone, I don't mean like checking it, looking for something. It's just like if I need to use your phone, then you can use it and whatever, and there's no issues because it's an exclusive relationship.
Okay, exclusive.
Right.
Okay.
And so you do have some higher expectations when you're dating. Now, if you're just going out with several different people and you're just building friendships and you're not looking for anybody to date at a particular time, say it's that period right after you got divorced or broke up, so you just want to spend time with yourself, but you still want to go out from time to time, then those type, you may go Dutch. You say, hey, let's split the bill.
Right,
Or you may
right.
say, oh, movies last week.
Right.
I'll take care of it this week.
Right.
Because there's no expectation from that person. And I think that's where you feel more free when you're in that type of relationship, and it takes a lot of stress off you and expectations off yourself. Like, okay, oh man, I haven't seen that person in 2 weeks. I gotta like meet up with them, or you have these different types of expectations.
Or they haven't called me.
Or they haven't called. That's the big thing. It's like you're expecting them, like, why you didn't call me yesterday? Those type of questions you don't ask when it's just a friend.
I've been delivered from.
Yeah, when it's not an exclusive relationship. But when
Right.
you're in an exclusive relationship, yes, you feel as though, yes, I expect the person to be available. I expect them to call me back. If I text them or call them that morning, I don't expect them to like wait till 24 hours to call
Right.
me later. Those are just different expectations that you do have versus dating versus just going out, hanging out with friends.
But you know what? That's the other term. That's the 2017 term of the year. Oh, we just friends. People use that term so lightly.
Right,
Oh, we're
right.
friends. We.
But you gotta, if someone says that, then you gotta believe that and really look at it and don't look for nothing more than just friends. And that's where we can mess up sometimes, because we'll look at somebody will say, oh, we just friends. But if you keep hanging out with that person on a regular, women, our emotions, we get emotional. So
Right.
we like get our feelings, we get in tune and touch with somebody a little bit quicker than a man does. So we have to be very careful, because if a man tells you, I just want to be friends, we have to accept that and not think that we can change them and change their mind.
Right. Because you won't change their mind, and that's why I don't mess around. I'm not. We're saying to each other, we're friends. You're telling me this is what the situation is. So don't be looking for no hot meals. And don't
You be
looking
cooking
for
hot
no
meals.
foot bath.
Oh.
Don't be looking to get your cuticles clipped around here.
Oh my goodness.
Don't be looking
Washing
for,
your hair.
Your back hurt. Don't be looking for no massage. We just friends. See, all of that comes with extra stuff.
But there's some friends that do.
Don't come over here with it.
There's some friends the other terminology is friends with benefits. So it's
That's
like
what I said. It's people, the
it's like the
2017.
friends with benefits
It's
and
friends.
That's
dating.
me. I'm everybody's friend with benefits.
With benefits.
Because everybody always calling me borrowing money.
See?
Oh,
see?
yeah, see?
See? There it is.
Yeah.
But I never got nobody I can call when I need to borrow money.
See that?
But everybody call me borrowing money.
See?
Let me ask y'all ladies now, talking about like friend zone and stuff like that. Now, I've heard it said, it's sort of cliche-ish, but I've heard it said all my life. I married my best friend, or you want to marry your best friend.
Right.
Is that like really true? Because like my best female friend, I don't want to marry her. But she's like my BFF, female friend. No attraction whatsoever. And a lot of times people think that guys and girls can't just be friends.
Right. They do.
But there's
right.
no sexual attraction or type of relationship connection. That's my girl. We go out, we go to brunch. I talk about like people I'm dating. She talks about people she's dating. I support and encourage her in her relationships and vice versa. I want to see her happy. I want her to find the man of her dreams and this, that, and the other kind of sort of thing. I know it ain't me. I know she's not the girl of my dreams, so to speak. But we are good friends. She is there for me. If I need to call her, I'm there for her. But I wouldn't marry her. So how do y'all feel about that? Marry your best friend, or you supposed to marry your best friend, or I married my best friend kind of sort of thing?
Well, I would say just think about all the things that you just listed, all of those good qualities. And all it is just saying the only thing you're leaving out, you're saying you're not attracted to that person to the point where you want a more serious relationship with the person. You just want to keep it as friends. But all of those qualities that you listed, who wouldn't want that to be the
Right.
person that they spend the rest of their life with? And have the attraction.
Right. But
That's like
but I mean,
Right.
That's
That's
the-
my best,
yes.
bestest friend.
That's the
Nah,
bestest friend.
well then let me take it a little bit further, because I
Yes.
think everybody, you have a best friend, but I think everybody have more than one best friend, because you have friends in your life who there are things that I wouldn't go to her with, even though she's like my
yes.
best friend.
Oh, definitely.
So I got another best friend who I would go to for so and so.
Right.
but I wouldn't talk to her about it, kind of
Right,
sort of thing.
right.
And I'm talking about opposite sex, not like will I go to Curt or nothing like no. It's not like
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I got you.
So I don't
It's
know.
a Christian show. I
I
got
know,
just,
I mean-
I think, yeah. Like I said, I think it would be a great relationship, and I think it would, as a friend, sometimes this is what I learned is that I start to look at relationships, or the type of person that I'm looking for is to accept them for who they are. And I kind of look at like, okay, how can this person just be a friend of mine? How can I treat them like I do my friends? Because when you have your best friend, it's like they can come to you with anything. You don't judge them. You forgive them very easily, when it's your friend, when you're using that friend title. But it seems like when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's harder to forgive certain things. So what I try to do now is if somebody that I'm in a relationship with and it's exclusive, then if they do something that upset me or I don't like, then I'm like, okay, how would I treat my friend in this situation? Because I want this person to also be my friend, and I want to accept them for who they are. And I think that's the difference. But I think it's a good thing if you can accept that person that you plan on being with, for a long period of time, accept them for who they are, and they accept you for who you are. Because that's where the friends come in, when you want to marry your best friend.
I think also, to piggyback off of what you were saying, when you're in a relationship with someone or you're married with someone and it's harder to forgive that person, a lot of times, because if we're married and we're here, you should know better. You know what I mean? Like, you should know better than to do whatever it is that you've done.
Right.
That I have to go in here now and try to forgive you. It's going to take me some time, but
right.
Our
feelings
you
are
ain't gonna
more
be
hurt.
forgiven
It's getting
tonight.
hurt quicker. Right. And
you're not going to be forgiven tonight. But
Right.
if we're friends and then you do something and we're dating exclusively, then you're still in that stage where you're learning that person.
Right,
But
right.
then you also, in that stage, have to let them know how that affected you
Right.
when you did something similar
Right.
to that, so that don't cross the line in this area, because I'm very serious. I will hurt you up in this area.
Oh, that really
about
bothers
that
me.
situation. You know what I mean?
Right,
So that's
right.
why it gets to being harder to you're gonna forgive. It just won't be tonight. But I just need to
understand.
air out about it
I
because you should have
understand.
known better.
Yes, and your emotions. I think when you're dealing with the love emotion, it's just really when you're really into someone and you want everything to go great and whatever. I think our expectations again is higher, that we put that person in that you're in a relationship with on a higher pedestal, and really sometimes we just need to look, and they're just people too, and we know neither one of us are perfect, so
Right.
we're gonna have mistakes and things that come up.
That's true.
I don't love her. I don't love her.
Oh,
I tried to tell myself.
oh.
Go ahead.
Look, speaking of dating exclusively, I just feel like when we're dating exclusively, I think it's okay, for people to request certain things. Like, I want to see you in that red dress. That red dress, that I bought you, or that person be getting extra sugar. You know what I mean? But when you're just dating someone and not exclusively,
Right.
don't expect
Don't
extra
expect those things. Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Don't.
I don't expect you to spend large amounts of money on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't want to be tied into, they did this for me.
Right. And you feel
I gotta-
obligated.
Right.
That
I gotta
obligation.
do something for them, and
Right. Obligated.
this ain't my pay week. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, you got to go through all that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about all
but
that.
then when you're dating and those things happen, again, that's when people's minds go somewhere else.
Right.
With
Right.
the, with the whole dating situation, because
Right.
like you said, people feel obligated. Oh, I have to do one up.
Right.
Then he just
Right.
did, but then he's been doing one up with everybody this week.
Right.
'Cause
Exactly.
You're not exclusive.
Exactly.
So definitely you got to keep in mind what it is this really is around here.
Yeah, and I have a funny experience I had with a date one time. This was someone over 40, and I remember when I first started getting out there dating again, and I ran into an old friend, and I was like, oh, well, let's meet up such and such. So we went out, and I guess it really wasn't a date. It was just like we was just seeing each other for the first time in about a long time, and so we was like, hey, let's go out. But my expectations for a male that I hadn't seen in a while was like, okay, he was going to take care of the meal, someone, just a gentleman thing to do. However, I was put on the spot, and the meal was only probably like $9 or $10, but but the person just looked at me and said, oh, you were the one that made the suggestion to go meet somewhere to go eat. And I'm like, really? I still haven't seen you. And then he was just like, yeah. He said, well, you need to work on your dating skills. And I was
well, let me ask you.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay. I couldn't argue. So I was willing to pay for my part. Believe it or not, it was just one of those big fat breads that you get from the Caribbean restaurant. I think it's the little sweet bread that you get, and then a drink. That was it.
Wow.
So y'all did y'all go to a Dutch restaurant?
It was a Caribbean restaurant.
Oh, I thought he
a
was
Dutch restaurant. We didn't. Well, the problem was we didn't
Deutsch.
really clarify that. So that's a lesson that I learned.
Okay.
Cool. It was a lesson that I learned.
That
so
was a
when
good
you go
lesson,
out,
though.
right,
That was a
you
good
need to
lesson.
make sure it's clear. Like, okay, is this going to be Dutch or
Yeah.
when it's your first time going out? I think it's important to define that.
So now let me ask y'all now, because there's this thing going on that's just breaking the internet right now
And
about
what's that?
men wearing rompers.
Ooh, I was going to talk about that too.
Oh my God.
So what do y'all think about men wearing rompers? I'm gonna drop a little bit of comedy when I come back. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Men wearing rompers. I actually had to Google what a romper was. Keep it locked, you guys. It's Comedy Chapel, KELZ online radio.
You know.
It's Kels Online Radio.
Hi, this is Acia Williams. I'm the owner of A New Image by Acia, as well as the Hair Loss Rejuvenation Clinic, located 705 Florida Avenue, Northwest Washington. I can handle all hair types. Please come visit me or just call me 202-569-3500. Again, 202-569-3500.
Keep it locked right here to Kels Online Radio, and I am Gigi Wong.
Woo, family, we back in the chapel. We're sitting up here front FaceTime with our very special guest, Miss Sherry Burden. Hello. Sherry, let me ask you, did you see, this is crazy, on social media, they had this ordeal with the men wearing rompers. Did you see that?
I saw a picture of that late last night, and I was just like, I had to go get my reading glasses to make sure I was looking at it properly. I thought it was a joke at first.
You know what? I did too. I did. I thought somebody was just doing something.
Yeah, and then I clicked on the image, and it was to a whole this thing going on, and I just think it's very scary.
It is.
Because I just hope they don't allow young people to wear them in high school.
I just hope
because
that
they will for attention. It is a big attention grabber.
Right. And I just don't even understand it, honestly, because I just believe that rompers belong on babies. You know what I mean?
That's what. Yeah,
that's a baby outfit.
But they had a picture also of what's his name, the 007, and they had an image of him actually in the James Bond in a romper.
Really?
And it was and so I think they're using it's something back in, I guess it was back in the 70s or something. So it's just a style that's coming back again.
Maybe they were shooting over in Italy.
Yes, it might have been overseas, Europe or whatever. But I think it is something Europeanish or whatever. Yeah. But to bring that out right now with all of the femininity of the young men, that's my thing. It's the young men and kids being exposed to things at a young age. That's my only concern. If a grown man want to walk around with some little rompers on, I mean, if he no, I don't know. It could be some benefits for single women.
Now, I'm just not even surprised
But no.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not even
it's-
surprised anymore.
Yeah.
But I need, let me tell you
oh
this.
my goodness.
I really believe that men would not do as much as they're doing if women did not accept it.
No, girl, you hit it right on the money. And I had a man tell me that.
I'm so serious about that.
I had a man,
There are
Tony.
things, if a woman would not accept it, and the same thing for men, the things that women do to get attention from men,
Yes.
if it
Hey,
was not
ladies.
acceptable, they would not do it.
Hey, we got to get ready to wrap up. 'Cause no, I don't mean to cut it short. I apologize. Something just came across my screen, and it says that the area we're in, there's a warning for a supercell storm
Oh, God.
in
I gotta
this
make it
area
home.
of the studio. So I want y'all to get, get home safely. We got about 4 minutes. Miss Shirley, you want to give your social media information
Yes,
again?
and I'm gonna give it real quick, so because I do not want to get caught in a storm.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah, it
Queen.
says a supercell storm.
Oh my good. Okay.
Okay.
Queen She Visions with an S.com. Please check out my site. I'll have podcasts soon. I have a lot of blogs out there. Have some of my music. My live performances is out there as well, and some of my photography work. So please register, subscribe to my website so that you can keep abreast of all of my next upcoming events and when I appear on the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Vivi,
Yes.
what you got going on? You got anything? I'm gonna make this announcement real quick about your show that you have coming up.
Yes.
But let's see. I just had it on the screen until that thing came across. I'm on a super sale, so I definitely want to make sure you
A
ladies.
super sale.
That's
Never
what it
heard of
says.
that.
A super sale storm.
I'm glad you added that storm. I thought it was something Walmart had going on, a super sale. Super sale.
And you guys, listen, check it out. Happening on Friday, June 23rd, the Hillcrest Baptist Church's Sisters of Promise Women's Ministry is presenting Let's Laugh. It's absolutely free to the public. Again, it's featuring my home girl right here, Miss V from the V and Kurt's Comedy Chapel, Sean Mason Spence, Valina Metcalf, hosted by Cassandra Morgan. Hillcrest Baptist Church is located at 2200 Iverson Street in Temple Hills, Maryland. For my DMV folks, it's about 3 blocks after you go under the bridge for Iverson Mall. So y'all know where it is. Doors open at 6:30. Showtime at 7 p.m. And again, it's free, open to the public. Hillcrest Baptist Church. I'll be in the building getting my laugh on. Good thing my uncle, when he was here, he left some Depends because I think I'm
know
gonna probably
what?
have to put one on.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's all good. Hey, look, we're gonna be playing a best of show on next week. There is no live show on next week. Got a couple of things going on, but it's all good. Tune in and you still get your laugh on from 7 to 9 on next week on KELZ Online Radio. But we got to bounce. I love you guys. Miss V.
Hey, thank you for joining into the chapel. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in action. We're going to be taking a couple days off for the summer, but we're going to be back in action. What's the day we're going to be back in action?
The following week, we will be back on June the 1st. It's the 1st of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
It's about the first of the month.
My birthday month. Yay.
We love you guys, and thank you for tuning into the chapel, and we will see you next time.
Yes, sir.
We out of here.
Peace.
Thank you.